Thanks to 1-800-Flowers for sponsoring this update. Show your mother how much you appreciate her putting up with, well, everything. Get 36 sorbet roses for just $36 when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com. Click the radio icon and use offer code KNOW, K-N-O-W. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley. Valve has made a really interesting new acquisition. The company behind Steam that also used to sometimes make really great video games has also now purchased Campo Santo, the developer that made the well-regarded Firewatch. In a blog post announcing the news, Campo Santo said, "The 12 of us at Campo Santo have agreed to join Valve, where we will maintain our jobs as video game developers and continue production on our current project in the Valley of Gods." They added that, "In Valve, we found a group of folks who, to their core, feel the same way about the work that they do. In us, they found a group with unique experience and valuable, diverse perspectives. It quickly became an obvious match." Kind of an interesting pickup for Valve, because, well, the company hasn't been putting out a lot of games lately. That's about to change. Gabe Newell himself said recently that the upcoming card game Artifact, which, if you remember the announcement for that, was a little bit disappointing for a lot of people because it is a card game, will be just the first of several games we're going to be seeing from the company. Meanwhile, Campo Santo's next game, In the Valley of Gods, is due next year, and Firewatch is going to be releasing on the Switch later this year. God of War is off to a really hot start in the UK at the very least, which is where we always get numbers from first. The game debuted on the top of the UK games charts for its opening week, bumping Far Cry 5 down to the second spot. It also had the best opening week sales for any God of War game ever, beating God of War 3, which released in 2010. Needless to say, it's been a pretty good launch for the game. So we already knew it had great critical scores, now it's got great commercial scores as well. Needless to say, I think they're pretty happy of it. Look, that's the highest rated PS4 exclusive ever with a 95 on Metacritic, and that's nothing to sneeze at. It's gone up over time. And side note, quickly, if you've been having trouble reading the tiny text in the game's menus, which some people have, a new update is letting you boost the size of the font, which is, great for those of us who might need a pair of reading glasses to read those subtitles, because sometimes they are a little bit tiny, or you just sit really close to the TV, which is great for your eyes. Well, we haven't got official word yet on a release date for Crackdown 3, but there's a sign it might be close. A rating for the game has been posted by the ratings board in Brazil, so that could mean we'll be getting an announcement pretty soon. Like, I don't know, maybe E3, which would be very appropriate. Of course, Crackdown 3 has been delayed many, many times. You might remember it was originally scheduled to launch way back in 2016. Then last year's E3, we were told it was going to come out in November 2017, but then Microsoft pushed it to spring of this year. Recently, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said the team is locked in on a date, so hopefully we will be hearing that date soon. And if you're wondering, the Brazil ratings board said the game is not recommended for children under 16. So, blood. It looks like Square Enix has some pretty ambitious plans for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, if you didn't know that already. According to a job posting, the developer said, "Due to the huge reaction, we are aiming at nothing less than a new creation and not limited to a simple remake. Maybe consider renaming it then." It went on to say that the remake is being developed internally, which makes a lot of sense after Square Enix parted ways with developer CyberConnect 2 on the project. And while we still don't know a whole lot about the game after it was announced years ago, Square Enix says in the job posting, the project is a title that surpasses the original, is starting full scale. So just starting. We are starting from scratch. Okay, it's probably why we haven't heard anything about a release date or anything like that. At any rate, certainly sounds ambitious, and I don't know. Look, I'd like to play it one of these days. I just hope this doesn't become like a Kingdom Hearts 3 situation. A demo for Detroit Become Human has released on the PlayStation Store in New Zealand, and it could be available in your neck of the woods by the time you see this story. The game from developer Quantic Dream is set in futuristic Detroit and features multiple characters whose futures players can decide through an elaborate system of choices. It's a much anticipated exclusive for the PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation Store describes the game as a twisting neo-noir thriller about service androids breaking their programming and desiring freedom. It goes on to say, "You choose what happens, analyze the situation, and make your decisions carefully. Lives could be at risk." Yeah, lives at risk sounds fun. The game launches on May 25th for PlayStation 4. The studio behind Borderlands 3 says they haven't signed an exclusive marketing deal with Microsoft, contrary to rumors that have been going around. Gearbox Studios CEO Randy Pitchford addressed the rumor on Twitter, responding to a user who claimed that Gearbox signed the exclusive rights to advertise Borderlands 3 over to Microsoft. Pitchford strongly denied that, tweeting, "Where are you getting that? Gearbox signed no such thing with Microsoft. How are these things becoming propagated as fact when there is zero basis in reality?" When Twitter users replied that the rumor was reported by multiple reputable sources, Pitchford responded, "I think to be reputable, one must care about and pursue truth. Reposting news from others without checking the source is one of the failures of digital journalism." So that sounds like a no then? Of course, Gearbox is more the developing side, not the publishing side, so there is a chance 2K struck a deal with Microsoft without Pitchford knowing, but that seems pretty unlikely. The director of the popular card game Hearthstone is leaving Blizzard. In a post on the Blizzard forums, Ben Brody said he's leaving the company after 15 years, and he had nothing but good things to say about the developer and his team behind Hearthstone. He wrote, "I'm very proud of Hearthstone. I think we made an impact on the industry. It's incredible to be part of something that touches so many people and costs Brian Gaar so much money." As for his future plans, Brody wrote, "I'm going to help start a new company. We'll probably make games, but we haven't figured anything else out yet. I'm looking forward to designing, programming, and actually creating things again. I'm gonna miss the on-campus Starbucks though." Wouldn't we all? Well, we've got a few more details about the upcoming Netflix series based on the Witcher books. The first season will be 8 episodes long and will be shot in Eastern Europe. That's according to a stream of tweets from the show's writer and executive producer Lauren S. Hisrich, who says that it's being shot in Eastern Europe because the show couldn't exist anyplace else. Period. As for the relatively short 8-episode length, Hisrich says she wants to emphasize quality over quantity. She tweeted, "I know it may not seem like enough for you, but creatively it's the right call. The episodes can be tight, action-packed, rich in character and story without lagging in the middle of the season. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to you?" Yeah, true. Some of the series that Netflix does do tend to get a little bogged down in the middle. Hisrich also said the pilot episode could air in 2020, but that sounds like it's still kind of up in the air. She wrote, "One thing is certain, quality comes before speed. You'll get it as soon as humanly possible, and it'll be good." Looks like a new Doom movie could be in the works. Now that info comes thanks to a tweet from actor Nina Bergman, who posted she was cast in the new movie with Universal Pictures. She added on Twitter the movie will have a much better script than the 2005 version that starred The Rock. Of course, look, there have been rumors for a while about a potential new rebooted Doom movie, and the franchise is definitely in an upswing after the 2016 game was a huge hit with critics and fans. We don't know any more details about the upcoming movie, but Bergman also tweeted, "I get to go back to Bulgaria again and work with some of my favorite people." So that might be a clue to where they're shooting it at the very least. We'll definitely keep you posted. The popular Fortnite streamer Ninja has set another record on Twitch because the first one just wasn't good enough. The streamer, whose real name is Tyler Blevins, recently competed at a special Fortnite event in Las Vegas, and it was really popular to watch, peaking at 667,000 viewers on Twitch. That broke the previous record, which was also held by Ninja back when he did that stream with Drake and the internet went crazy. The event in Las Vegas was a special exhibition where players got money for killing Ninja's character in Fortnite and even more cash for winning a match. But still, Ninja managed to win one match of 9 and he placed second in 2 others. And despite all of his new fame, he told ESPN that he doesn't consider himself a celebrity. As Ninja put it, "I don't feel famous. I still have to pick my dog's shit up when I go outside. I'm just a guy gaming." See? Stars, they're just like us. Alright, that's the news for this roundup. Week's off to a pretty solid start. Let us know what you think of all this news in the comments down below to make sure you get all of the updates from every corner of the internet every single day when I can talk mostly. Make sure you like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the know. Shout out to our sponsor, 1-800-Flowers. We love our mothers every day of the year, of course, but it's nice to have like a dedicated day to say, "Hey mom, thanks for putting up with me and making me and stuff." Well, Mother's Day is coming up in the US, and you can get a bouquet ordered and delivered right from your PC or phone or whatever you're watching this on. Plus, getting it ordered early is usually good because prices tend to go up as like every flower in the entire world gets ordered. So get it out of the way and save some extra money for other things like games. 1-800-Flowers is offering a gorgeous bouquet featuring 36 pastel sorbet roses in pink, orange, and lavender. Right now you can get these lovely smelling roses at a limited time price of only $36. That's $1 per rose. We love having these in the office. They're one of our favorite sponsors to get in because the flowers legit smell absolutely beautiful, and we keep them around and we love them, and everyone's like, hey, you guys got flowers? And we're like, yeah, we just randomly got these. It was great. But they're a lot of fun. Plus, all the roses are picked at their peak. They're shipped fresh overnight, so you know they're all gonna look great and they're gonna smell great on the date you get them delivered. Now, to get your bouquet of 36 sorbet roses for $36, just hit up 1-800flowers.com, click the radio icon, and enter code KNOW. We sound like a radio station.